recent CNN poll shows that the Democratic Party's favorability among Americans has fallen to 29%, marking the lowest level since CNN began tracking these ratings in 1992. In other words, the left has gone full retard.
You went full retard, man. Never go full retard.
I'm Bridget Phetasy, and this is your Dumpster Fire. Welcome to Dumpster Fire, where we make burgers out of your sacred cows. We launch new episodes every Tuesday and Friday at 8 p.m. Central. So upcoming comedy dates for you guys. I'm going to get in the habit of announcing these for you like all the other comedians do, because you always yell at me when I don't tell you where I'm going to be because I'm bad at it. I will be opening for the great Colin Quinn at Mothership May 23rd to the 25th. There's a link in the description below where you can buy tickets. Do it soon if you want to come because they all sell out. So get it while you can. According to CNN, the unpopularity comes across ideological wings, with favorability ratings for the Democratic Party falling by 18 points among liberals and moderates alike since the start of 2021. Oh, you mean a senile president was unpopular? That led to a collapse in favorability?
I ain't got a good brain.
I'm shocked, I tell you. Shocked. However, Democrats and Democratic-aligned independents say, by a margin of 57% to 42%, the Democrats should focus on working to stop the Republican agenda rather than working with the GOP majority to get some Democratic ideas into legislation. So essentially, the Democrats' retarded base is saying the Democrats aren't retarded enough, which is exactly the kind of advice you'd expect to get from retarded people.
I had to sort of just free myself up to believe that it was okay to be stupid or dumb.
Look, the Democrats didn't lose because they didn't fight hard enough. They lost because they're wrong, but they still think they're right. They still believe they lost because they didn't go Trump as Hitler hard enough. They lost because the things they want are stupid. It's that simple. You see, most Americans aren't retarded. As South Park asserted years ago,
1/4 of the population is retarded.
And the Democrats have decided that their gateway to the future is to ride that 25% to electoral victory because math is racist.
California proposes to change its math curriculum to incorporate social justice, de-emphasize calculus, and deprive gifted students from taking accelerated courses.
It's the 80-20 rule, you see. If 80% of Americans think something is common sense and 20% think that's the most retarded thing they've ever heard, you best believe a bunch of diverse women wearing pink will show up with auction paddles to say some stupid shit. Democrats seem determined to die on the hill supporting the 20% because it's niche, and women love to run failing businesses in niche markets. Like a seashell jeweler that only purchases from impoverished nations and charges $5,000 for earrings. Mom. So what's the excuse for the men in this party? Simple. Pussy.
Nice. Nice.
I mean, they're pussies. I mean, it's both, you see. They want pussy and they're also pussies.
Nice.
What does supporting the wants of the 20% look like, you might ask? Well, it's calling parents bigots for not wanting some dude ogling their daughter's vagina in the locker room, or telling people that pouring water on a stranger's head for not wearing a medical mask to fight against a moderate cold is social justice. It's saying that internalized racism can literally give you tumors.
I think your son's tumor was caused by racism.
I could go on, but I don't have to because I have an archive.
Rutgers University declares proper English grammar racist and pledges to incorporate critical grammar into the program.
I'm sorry, I'm stretching my neck and also rolling my eyes.
Teaching classical music is a form of white supremacy.
The music of 18th century Western European cis straight white male composer is an example of white supremacy.
They're just so condescending. Whew.
New York City school encourages kids to stop using words like mom and dad in inclusive language guide.
Everything is so dumb.
Trigger warning now counts as violent language at Brandeis University.
Of course. Trigger warning, you might get triggered by the use of the word trigger. We are creating the most coddled, fragile, sensitive, little entitled, insane, mentally ill children ever to walk the history of the face of the planet Earth. And they're all on TikTok spewing their nonsense.
PETA says that using animal names as insults perpetuates speciesism.
Oh, Jesus. This is bullshit. PETA's batshit crazy. Fucking jackasses.
Harvard Medical School is referring to women as birthing people.
Ugh, fuck you, Harvard.
Clapping banned at Oxford University to stop people from being triggered.
How are these people making it through a day?
Why liberal white women pay a lot of money to learn over dinner how they're racist. A growing number of women are paying to confront their privilege and racism at dinners that cost $2,500.
That's some white girl shit right there. That is the whitest white girl shit I've ever heard. That's whiter than a goop-scented candle burning at an ayahuasca ceremony with freaking ladies doing goat yoga behind. And Sammy Flapsenfolds leading them all in the exploration of their clitoral hood. Future scholars of the burning remains of America will catalog dumpster fire in the most prestigious libraries that are left as the single best source for documenting the fall of the American left.
Google Docs gets social justice update, autocorrecting to gender neutral and politically correct language. Walmart's critical race theory training program denounces the United States as a white supremacy system and teaches white hourly wage employees that they are guilty of white supremacy thinking and internalized racial superiority.
This is like Donald Trump calling an app truth.
The University of York pulled artwork of the Three Wise Monkeys to avoid racist stereotypes.
That's a you problem. If you look at monkeys and you think of black people, you might be the racist.
Wearing secondhand clothes is an example of white privilege.
Wow. These headlines. I couldn't even write them if I was the best satirist in the world.
Youth protest group inspired by Greta Thunberg disbands, accuses itself of racism.
It's a bunch of white people who basically go, we've reflected on our privilege and we decided the minorities need to clean this mess up.
LA Times is racist against Larry Elder, calling him the blackface of white supremacy.
How can you even write that headline with a straight face?
I study empathy as communication.
Wow.
My pronouns are she, her, hers.
Look how my green hair and my pronouns make me so much better than you.
A woman is allegedly naming her child Adolf so he can experience what other kids from less privileged backgrounds experience.
Adolf is going to be a serial killer, and it's going to be because his mom is clearly the kind of woman that creates serial killers.
Do vulva owners like sex is the wrong question, and here's what you should ask instead. A CNN tweet, individuals with a cervix are now recommended to start cervical cancer screening, and health affairs, centering the needs of birthing people during the COVID-19 pandemic.
Fuck you. Women! Women! It's the word. Use it. It's like, this is the hill I will die on. Look, you know me, Little Miss Captain of the fence riding team, both sides and all that, but the left makes it very hard to keep both sidesing.
Everybody knows you never go full retard.
Take your female penis and get the out of here. They went so full retard that they made the right seem cool. Let that sink in. The right. You guys, the right. Best known for pink bow ties and boat shoes. They're the cool ones now.
Carter Prescott, pledge master of the secret fraternity of Balls and Shaft.
And that's despite the fact that the left had all of Hollywood, music, mass media, academia, all of it on their side. Do you realize how retarded that is? That's not just full retard, that's omega level retarded. They went from Bill Clinton playing the sax on Arsenio to being the party best known for thinking men can get pregnant and that you have to be Mexican to make tacos. We'll be back with more. But before our next segment, don't forget to like, subscribe, touch my bells and buttons, and tell your friends about us. Please help us reach our goal of 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, so I never have to say that again. And you guys have spoken. When we hit 100,000, I will do my best Mexican weather report. You have to stick around through the ad to see the weather report, guys. Sorry, them's the rules. Only a simple-minded fool would think men and women don't have different medical needs. That's why Quest's line of medical tests catering to men's health priorities and women's health priorities are so amazing. With the men's line of tests, you can check your testosterone levels, get a prostate screening, a colorectal screening. I know it's hot. Or take their comprehensive men's health profile test for a more complete picture of your health and wellness. And the women's line of tests offer a women's hormone test designed to identify the imbalances associated with various health conditions, tests for fertility, egg count, thyroid function, and even your menopause stage. Also hot, I know. We like to cover the sexy things here on Dumpster Fire. Purchase the test online. Visit a nearby Quest Diagnostics location for a sample collection. No doctor's visit required. Or get immediate results at home with at-home test kits. Your results are delivered online quickly and discreetly. So prioritize your health and visit questhealth.com today. Use the code FIRE to get 25% off and find answers to the multitude of health questions you may have. Questhealth.com and use the code FIRE for 25% off. Link is in the description below. Now let's check the weather with Lluvia Carrillo.
Un dígito, 8 grados centígrados, un cielo parcialmente nublado a mayormente nublado, la temperatura máxima solo se eleva a los 17 grados centígrados y este viernes cielo completamente cerrado, la temperatura mínima de 12 grados y la máxima se va a elevar hasta los 22 grados centígrados. Hay dos sistemas que están interactuando aquí en el noreste del territorio mexicano y este viene a ocasionar.
Thank you, Lluvia. Here's the problem the left has. You can go as far left as you want, and there are no boundaries. No one will stop you. You can mutilate children, prop up a senile old man as president and lie about it, lock people up, and have old people die alone, and it's all justified by but the right or but Trump. Here are some solutions for how you can reform. 1, accept that Trump won. He can't run again. You've got to let this go. Move on. Look into the future. And 2, go after weak Republicans who might be thinking about a post-Trump world. There is one, despite your worst fears. You might be saying to yourself, no, Bridget, the left learned from their 2025 loss. And I'm here to tell you, they absolutely have not.
It was almost like I had to sort of fool my mind into believing that it wasn't retarded. And by the end of the whole thing, I was like, wait a minute, you know?
They're still doing land acknowledgements.
We gather in celebration of the Oscars on the ancestral lands of the Tongva, Tataviam, and Chumash peoples, the traditional caretakers of this water and land.
It's just such lip service because you're like not giving the land back.
No.
You're like reminding them that you stole it.
This land was my land, but now it's our land. From California to the New York Island. What I do?
They're also calling protests that include arson and shots fired peaceful. People have thrown Molotov cocktails at Teslas, shot at a dealership at 2 a.m, spray painted them, and even destroyed them with pickaxes. And how does the media cover this, you might ask? Well, exactly how you would expect, by calling the attacks very spirited, peaceful demonstrations. We are in the mostly peaceful Tesla firebombings news cycle. And they're having institutions that are supposed to celebrate women like the Vagina Museum embrace an ideology that, in fact, erases women.
The Vagina Museum says it's not just women that have a vagina. Apparently, inside this museum, all references to the word woman are removed.
I mean, I brushed my teeth retarded. I rode bus retarded.
Damn.
Democrats are furious at Chuck Schumer for supporting a Republican-led funding bill to avoid a government shutdown. That's their fucking job. Their job is to make sure the government doesn't get shut down, and Democrats are now arguing that their job is to allow the government to shut down. Do your job by not doing your job is how you do your job. That's how insane they are right now.
I'm a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude.
It's freaking bonkers, guys. The left has attached themselves to the wants and needs of a mentally ill tiny percent of the population, and now that mentally ill tiny percent of the population is holding the left hostage. Michael Schellenberger tweeted, "The party is trapped between a base that wants transports, open borders, DEI, ESG, Ukraine war, and mass censorship, and swing voters who really, really don't." You mean normies, people like me. If they can't fix it and stop the bleeding and stop making everything about race and victims and trans nonsense, their only hope is for the right going full retard too, which is a possibility because, as you see, the right has quite an ability to be retarded. Because on the right, you have the 4channing of politics. The 4channing of politics is when an internet fringe culture enters the bloodstream of how we are governed. It's where memes outpace manifestos, where anonymity emboldens extremism, and the line between trolling and belief blurs. We've been kind of talking about this on this show for a while. A good example is launching a trolling campaign in 4chan that the OK hand gesture is a symbol of white supremacy, inciting the media into a firestorm about this racist hand gesture.
The OK gesture has been removed from Call of Duty due to its association with white supremacy.
4chan trolls for the win. Again. I love how they just take something, troll everyone, make it a joke, everyone buys into it, and now you have to get rid of the OK symbol? And then the far right appropriating it and actually using it as a symbol of white supremacy. It's the circle of memes. And this happens a lot on the right. And the right is definitely in danger of going full retard. You've got the Russian influence in geopolitics. Look at Tucker making eyes with Putin, making Russian propaganda videos.
Tucker Carlson interviews Vladimir Putin, and post-interview, he goes on a tour of Moscow and praises Russia over America.
I could have watched an entire series of these videos.
All right. There we go. So I guess you put in 10 rubles here, and you get it back when you put the cart back.
Making Canada the 51st state, I'm pretty sure no one voted for that. It wasn't even on the top 100 things in Americans' minds. And you also have Bannon winking at the whole Nazi salute controversy that Elon stirred up.
Fight, fight, fight! Amen.
Bannon is just shit stir. He knows how to ride that line of 4channing politics. He knows exactly how to just kind of wink, nudge, and have enough plausible deniability that he can deny that that's what he was doing while also kind of winking to that, base who's now going to start just randomly giving Roman salutes all over. Look, we covered it when Elon did it.
And I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you. My heart goes out to you.
He is a freaking autist. He doesn't know how to use his body. Have you seen him try and dance or be excited about things?
Autistic. Sure. Not retarded.
He's just an awkward autist, I think. We also covered our bases in case he's not. Couldn't be funny if we find out he is a Nazi. We'll be like, well, we
were totally wrong about that one.
Just the fact that you couldn't make Tropic Thunder today or any time in the past decade is evidence of the left going full retard. Tropic Thunder, arguably one of the best, most brilliant works of satire in the last 15 years.
What do you mean, you people?
What do you mean, you people?
The left was like, clearly no one's retarded enough to vote for Donald Trump again, but they did. In fact, more people voted for him this time around. That's how retarded you guys are. You made voting for Democrats seem more retarded than voting for Donald Trump. Somehow. Do you know how hard that is? And I say that as a woman who is retarded enough to vote for Donald Trump. Trump was the less retarded of two options. Democrats, you're the simple Jack party now.
You make me happy.
All right, Phetasy Phetasy news. That was a fun one, guys. A blast from the past. Always hard to see the hotter, more optimistic version of myself doing this lovely dumpster fire. If you love Dumpster Fire, the best thing you can do is become a supporter at Phetasy.com. That is the best way for us to keep growing, keep providing more content for you, and to get the unedited version of the Dumpster Fire. And we leave a lot of inappropriate things on the cutting room floor, and you also get access to everything else we're doing, and it's a lot. Plus, you get merch discounts. Plus, you get everything. Join us right here on YouTube every Tuesday and Friday night at 8 p.m. Central for a new Dumpster Fire. We do a live chat, which is always hilarious, and I always try to be in it, barring stand-up. We moved Walk-Ins Welcome off of this YouTube channel, so please, everyone, go run over there and subscribe to our new YouTube channel, Walk-Ins Welcome with Bridget Phetasy. There's a link in the description below. We have some great guests coming. This week, we have Lisa Salin Davis. We've got Megan McCain coming, Coleman Hughes. So many brilliant minds I am lucky to speak with. Thank you to everyone who helps make Dumpster Fire possible. Thank you to Quest for sponsoring today's episode. Thank you to our audience, subscribers, supporters. We love you. Thank you, Maggie.
Thank you, Bridget.
I truly do love you guys. And now to cleanse your palate, the internet is glorious.
Yeah, it was an intense experience. You know, I just did the work. Watched a lot of retarded people. Spent time with them, observed them. Watched all the retarded stuff they did.
In my head movies. But this head movie makes my eyes rain.
Remember, life is absurd. Don't take yourself so damn seriously. Take the work seriously. Don't take yourself seriously. This has been your Dumpster Fire. I'm Bridget Phetasy. Now, make me rich.
Bridget's best Simple Jack impression.
And the unicorns dance while the world burns, world burns.